come downstairs to the board game room. So, expansion boxes I use to hang up here. I change it every once in a while. Just hung up with nails. Really easy and simple thing. Like I said, I change them every once in a while. We'll go over here to this wall here. So expansion boxes here again, same thing, just on nails. I change them. I got a bunch of other expansion boxes throughout. Over here, this is a custom piece that I got made by a local cosplay artist, Lanthea Cosplay. It's yellow meeple, done in Warbler, I believe. Yellow's my color, so I got that custom made. Another expansion box is Scythe, my favorite game. Love the art. Definitely didn't want to throw that expansion box out, so it's there. Some more expansion boxes here. I got the Agricola expansion boxes here. I will note, some of the expansion boxes on this wall, I do not own the games. Like, I don't own Kingsburg. I don't own Seven Wonders or Kingdom Builder yet. Buying it from a friend of mine, so I'll have Kingdom Builder actually pretty soon. But I don't own them. These boxes were ones that somebody in my games group was going to put out to recycling, and I rehomed them, said I'll take them and put them here. Kingsburg, I'm waiting for the re-release. There's supposed to be re-release this year, deluxe version, I believe, that's going to have the expansion, everything all included in one. I'll end up purchasing it when that happens. Seven Wonders, I'll end up rebuying it. I owned it, and I owned a couple of the expansions with it. No, I didn't own any of the expansions with it. I sold it, or traded it for brass, because I wanted brass. So I traded it. I'll end up re-getting it. I don't have these Agricola decks here. They're harder to find from what I understand. I do, however, have these two, which are out of print now, hoping Mayfair brings them back simply because they're really good. The Agricola All Creatures, big and small expansions, and the base game. Come up here, just some bigger coffin box games right here. Carcassonne. In this Carcassonne box here, it's quite a bit. This is one that I had to get rid of the insert. I'll show you this. So I'll pop it on the table here real quick so you can see that. Basically, this version of Carcassonne here, I've got it, as you can see here. It's all in the plano boxes. There is quite a bit in this box. The school expansion took me a while to get the school expansion. It's in German. I need to print out the English rules, but that's the school expansion. The mini expansions 1 through to 6. I have the tower in here, hills and sheep. The Count, the King, and the Robber. Then these expansions here, which is the Bridges and Castles, Abbeys and the Mayor, Prince and the Dragon, Traders and Builders, Inns and Cathedrals there. There's a printout on the Corn Circles expansion, which is one tile of the Corn Circles is in each one of these expansions, which basically makes it like a 7th expansion. If you buy all 6 of them, you get the 6 tiles that make a 6th mini or a 7th mini expansion, which is the Corn Circles. Here's the instructions for those. Basic instructions for the piece count for what's in the actual big box, and then all the pieces here in this plano for all the tower pieces. This is for one of the expansions there. There's a Princess and the Dragon expansion there. The sheep one, I believe, is in here somewhere as well. Well, it's got to be in here. Actually, there's part of the sheep expansion there. So that sits there. Bag here. This bag didn't come with it. I believe I got an extra bag. There was an extra bag when I bought another version of Carcassonne. Came with an extra bag by accident. Needed a bag. Needed 2 bags, and it came with 3 bags or something like that. So I was lucky enough that I just put that bag in here to use when we play Carcassonne. So this is a big box. It's no longer available. The other big box that they have now has other different things. They change the big box every once in a while. So here, Pandemic Legacy. Haven't finished that. Started over a year ago. Just been really busy. The person that I play with They just been really busy at our schedules. They work Monday to Friday days. I work Monday to Friday nights. It's really hard to get together for that. Scoundrels of Skullport and the expansion for Lords of Waterdeep. I have this double stacked, so the expansion's on top, and then underneath it is the base game right there. The base game's right there. Stack it together, use the cover for Scoundrels of Skullport, and then use the basic regular one for that. They sit very well together, so I don't need to get any particular insert, and then it sits there. These are card trays from a game called Perpetual Notion. They work perfect for Food Chain Magnet. You put your cards up here. You put your cards in here so they don't take up table space. So you usually use 2 of these to stack your achievement and your people that you can hire or that you can put in your organization. I got this for free. Somebody was just throwing out Perpetual Notion and put it on Kijiji, which is like a Craigslist here in Canada. And I got this for free. Come down here. A lot of tile laying games. I've been kind of working on my organization a little bit. So we have a lot of the tile laying games. I haven't opened up these two. These two, read some good reviews on this one and picked this one up really cheap when it was on sale. Same thing with Urbania. Isle of Skye, of course. Cacao, I've got every expansion for Cacao that's available right now, including the mini expansions right now. Ark of the Covenant, this one was hard to get. This is a Scandinavian version. Does not have the wooden Ark in it. I had a friend of mine who went on a business trip to Sweden and actually picked it up in Sweden for $40. This retails usually to get an English copy. You're looking at $100 US or more to get that. And I'm a big Carcassonne fan, so this one was really hard for me to find. I actually got the English instructions at the printer right now. Should be picking them up this week for that, so that I could get the English rules in there. My friend said, "Oh, you don't need the English rules. It's the same as regular Carcassonne with a few little whatever." I like to have the rules there. Start our Carcassonne collection here. My Carcassonne, or my first Carcassonne. Star Wars edition of Carcassonne. I bought this last year when it was a little bit harder to get, a little bit easier to get now. The expansion just came out for that. Hunters and Gatherers, Gold Rush, you know, Hill and Dale. I should probably switch these around because it's around the world. Do that now. The around the world together. Winter. Sosie's Winter Edition, Wheel of Fortune. This one was hard to get. I bought one of the last 2 retail copies that we could find in Canada. It came all the way from BC. Paid a little bit more for that one. Discovery, a little bit easier to find, even though it's an older game. Was able to find that. New World, I got that in a math trade. Very lucky to get that in a math trade. They're very hard to find now. Carcassonne, it's harder to find. Had to buy that from the US on eBay. Carcassonne, the City and the Castle, both out of print. Was very fortunate enough I went to a local game store and picked those up very, very hidden behind a shelf. I found them. They had them on sale, $20 a piece, Canadian. The only Carcassonne I'm missing is Amazona, or what is it? Amazonas, or the one had to do with the Amazon. That will be coming eventually. I'll probably buy it in the next month or so. There's no rush. There's no stock. Start here. This actually is coincidentally the start of my 2-player selection. So we start with the Castle, 2-player, Pagoda's 2-player. Then we go straight through the 2-player section here, which ends right here. So these are 2-player only games. Jaipur, Capo de Capo, Trombone, Pillars of the Earth, Builder's Duel, Patchwork, and everything like that. Odin's Raven just picked us up. Beautiful production quality, Nantucket. Seven Wonders Duel, don't have the expansion yet. Then I had this organized at one point until I got a new shelf this week, but a lot of my heavier games, but I mean heavier, they're 3.0 or above on the BGG scale, except for some games that are slid in just to take up space. This is where it starts here with Tricarion and the expansions, all the way through a couple of in-shrink games here that I picked up. Usually the in-shrink games are ones I pick up on really good deals. These 3 are really good deals. Crisis, this is the base edition of Crisis. They did a Kickstarter. The base edition is actually more rare than the actual edition, which is kind of interesting. There's only like 57 of these that were made. 2 happen to reside in the city because a friend of mine bought another one. So they're more rare. The older through the ages, got a really good deal on that. Bought that for $20. PAX cards weren't even opened. Again, come down here. You got some good games here. These are, like I said, these are filler games. That should be so people can see what that is. Siberia the card game. These are just here to take up space, but we got there. My Yui collection here. That's my glass cottage garden. It's just kind of there to kind of take up space, but picked up. This was really hard for me to find. Might have bought the last. Oops, sorry, my thumb's there. Might have bought the last copy of that in Canada. It's really hard to find. The Gates of Loyang, they just did a reprint of that. I got this in a trade for some Dice Master stuff. Caverna, Feast of Odin, the Beast there. We come down here to some more of, we're getting a heavier game for Futane Magnet, CO2, Kanban, Merchants of Venus, which I got a really good deal on that. Guy locally selling an in-shrink copy. Great games here. This one here is another insert that I got here. Brew Crafters. Excellent game. Game Trays, which is a lot of people know Mechs vs. Minion. They did the trade for Mechs vs. Minion. This is, I don't know if this is one of their first trades, but they had a discount for factory seconds. I got this trade for $20. Supposedly is a problem with it. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's because maybe they made different colors, because these are white trays. These are white trays, and then there's a clear tray and a clear tray there. So maybe that's what the factory second is. But it's a perfect insert. Each tray goes on each side of the table when you're playing. And then right here is the brew tokens for the beer. Packs up great for $20. Couldn't beat that for $20. No, so put that there. Did an achievement sheet that I haven't used yet. There's very little inserts I buy. I'm eventually going to buy the Scythe Broken Token because with the expansion and everything, it's the beast out of the box. So just waiting to get that there. We go through a couple more games. Zulkan, awesome game. Got the expansion in there. There's Brass with the 2-player board variant that I bought there. Orleans, love that. Just got the expansion like a week ago. I'm probably going to have to go with the DLP version of the other expansion because I don't want to wait, because I waited a long time for this. And I actually had the opportunity to see the DLP version of the other expansion sitting next to a TMG Orleans version, and it looks pretty close. Centauri Saga, right there. It's a local game designer that developed that. He lives literally down the street from me. Bought it from him in his house. Great guy. Carson City Big Box. I won that in a contest. I was given to it free. Got 51st State and Boxing Day sale at Board Game Bliss. It's not the master set, but for less than $20, why not? Robinson Crusoe, got that in a math trade. Going through here, a few more games there. K-Day Quest, of course, right there. Mare Nordstrom, awesome game. Can't wait to get the Atlas expansion. Missed the Kickstarter, kicking myself for missing that. And the Scoville Labs box, just some extra figures for Arcade Quest. Down at the bottom here, we got Villages of Valeria, which I just got right here. Villages of Valeria. This is the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition. Card Kingdom with both expansions. This here is the treasure chests. The first one right here, and then the set of the other three. This is an awesome game there. Card City. Go down there, a couple of Queen games. And we go over here. Ticket to Ride. In those Ticket to Ride boxes, there's 3 Ticket to Ride boxes. Markland is by itself, but in the other 2 Ticket to Ride boxes, everything Ticket to Ride minus the original Ticket to Ride is in those boxes. Every expansion that exists is in those, except for the card and the different trains that you can buy, but everything's in there. One is a map box, this is the map box with all the boards, and this is basically all the pieces labeled, separated. Trains Rising Sun has both Trains and Trains Rising Sun in there in one box. Galaxy Triumph. Very good production quality in that. Notice yes, I just picked that up. It's a German version. It's out to the printers to get the instruction booklet done in English with Ark of the Covenant. Tuscany, the original Tuscany got the metal coins in there. It's not the Kickstarter version, but I came late to the game Viticulture. Up here is the reason why I don't have the American Ticket to Ride, because I get the Deluxe or the Elven, whatever expansion. Come over to this shelf, Santorini Zeus. I did a group pledge for Santorini. It led the group pledge. People in the group pledge voted, allowing me to keep my Santorini version. I'm supposed to hopefully be getting the rest of the group pledge Friday, about 39 to 40 copies coming. And I got organized to get those out to the people that did the group pledge with us. Here's the storybook about this little end things here at Staples to show off the storybook for Santorini. At the top here, we got Junk Art and Flick 'em Up. Every expansion with Flick 'em Up except for the latest one is in there. Very much love Flick 'em Up, love the wooden boxes, which is why they're up here. Custom-made dice tower that I had made with my initials, PG, on it. I always keep a dice right there. This is a little helmet that came from Greece. A friend of mine took a trip to Greece, and he brought that back for me, so I put it there. It's nice. My Scythe art book. I backed Scythe at the Art Connoisseur edition, so I got the art book, figured I'd put it on display. That, and with the expansion, it no longer really fits in the box anymore. D&D Attack Wing model. I have more. They're at a friend's house. Probably should get a few of them back just to put them on display because they're really nice. This is a shelf I just bought, so it's really empty. Literally bought it 2 days ago. This will fill up. The time being when I get that Santorini pledge that I got with the, I think it's 8 boxes that are coming and 40 copies, it'll fill up a lot of this until I start actually distributing them out. Francis Drake and the expansion, awesome game. Concordia, up to the, I have all the map packs except for just the latest one that was just released. Awesome game again. Love that game. Raiders is an awesome game. Scythe expansion. This is the Art Connoisseur edition. All the bits and everything. Just yesterday on MeepleSource ordered the $2 coins and the $50 coins and the 2 power wheels for the expansion. Like I said, I'm going to be getting the broken token for that. Because it's we played it the other day. Yeah, like I was saying, we played it the other day, and pulling it out of the box, it's really hard when it's not organized, so I'm hoping the broken token will fix that. Vinos Deluxe, this is the retail edition, and I bought some expansions off BGG's store to get some Kickstarter expansions. Gallerist, just the retail version. Come over here, some other great games here. Love Gold West. Kings of Air and Steam was hard for me to find. I ended up getting a copy. Stone Age apparently getting hard to find. Hope there's a reprint. This is an awesome entry-level game. I have the expansion in there as well, which I don't like. They renamed the expansion to, I think it's just a Stone Age expansion, whereas, as you can see over here, it used to be called Style is the Goal. I love Style is the Goal as a name better than than just the Stone Age expansion, which I think is what it's called now. Just regular Pursuit of Happiness, no Kickstarter there. Got a few games in Shrink, because I get really good deals, and then, like, really good deals, and I just take me a bit to have time to get them open, along with playing, going to work, and stuff like that. 5 tribes with every expansion that's available right now, and some of the promo cards, the Will Wheaton promo cards in there. Ice Cool, love that game, really fun game. Voluspá and all the expansions, that's another good game. I consider it kind of like Quirkle with odd powers. It's really cool with Viking powers. It's got every expansion there, including the Lightning Bolt promo tiles. West of Africa, including promo tiles and stuff. That's an awesome game. Priests of Ra was hard for me to find. It was actually funny. I was looking for Ra. Couldn't find Ra because at the time Ra was out of print. Did a trade for all my Dice Master stuff for Priests of Ra, Taj Mahal, and Gates of Loyang. That's before any of the reprints were announced. then the Raw reprint was announced through Wind Rider Games, which is now defunct. It was just an Asmodee company. And same thing with TMG, just came out with Gates of Loyang. I believe it's out now, maybe, or coming out very shortly. So, but still, got them that way. And down there, get some new games that just came in. Ratus Cartus, got that for $10. Awesome quality. There was another deal there. Praetor was a good deal. Over here, get some odds and ends, baggies, so that I can store things. Like you see, vertical, so I have different size of baggies. I buy these at the store Michael's in Canada here. Different size. I always get a 50% off coupon because they're usually $5 a box for $2.50. Some more baggies in that Zuluarda box. Different size baggies. I get some at the dollar store. Different size baggies that come in boxes. And then some bigger bags here. Down here. Oops, I have to pick those up, I guess. Like silica packs, right there, to put in my games. Then this is a box of sleeves, different sleeves. These are Euro sleeves, different size sleeves. So when I'm sleeving, I have a stock of sleeves here. Promo cards from the Easter basket, and some basic cards that are not junk, but if I ever do print and plays, or anybody in my group does print and plays, we keep any ad card and anything like that they're able to use to fill up with print and plays. Then you're just miscellaneous stuff, pens and pencils and stuff like that I use, plug, some stuff for opening and so on, scissors, glue, and pins for making foam core when I decide to start that up again. At the top, some miscellaneous computer pieces, the wheels for these things, because they're supposed to be on wheels. Some extra pieces there. Miscellaneous game pieces again, just extra cards. These are the German cards for Inhabit the Earth. I'll keep them in case somebody in my games group wants to make a print and play with cards. They can easily use backing, slide them in some sleeves. Some extra dice. Bought these dice on Amazon. It was $15, and I think I got like 16 or 17 sets plus like almost an entire other set. So that's extra dice there. These are extra pieces for plano inserts, so if I ever take planos out of one game and change the configuration, these are the different dividers that I've thrown out, or not thrown out, but that I'm not using. So they're here just in case I need them. The alternate translucent chips for Splendor. The guy in my games group somehow ended up with 3 sets of these for free, so he gave me a set for nothing. Some extra foam pieces that came out of a game that I use in case I need to take a game. There's a silica pack here that I just noticed. Gotta put that with the rest of the silica packs. I start adding to games. Then at the bottom, bowls for when I'm playing games. I put the bowl on the table, put the pieces in there, so we just grab them or just pass the bowl around instead of whatever. I got 12 of these at Walmart for $4. This is my cheap gamer's table until I can get the money together to get a gaming table. So I bought this table off Kijiji again, that Canadian Craigslist. The table cost me $40 with chairs. Reeked like cigarette smoke. Took me 3-4 days of bathing it in vinegar and water and keeping it outside, and eventually the smell went away. As you can see, there's some cuts in the table and everything. Girl didn't really take good care of it, but for $40 I got the chairs and everything. So what I do is I roll this out. Excuse it, it's some cat fur there from my cat. I rolled this out, and then I take the binder clips that I bought at Staples to clip it to the side of the table, and converts it into a temporary gamer's table until I can afford to get an actual gamer's table, which is on the list. So that goes there with my bowls because it's my gamer accoutrement. Right here, penny sleeves. Me and a friend of mine split on a complete box of penny sleeves. So it was $100, box of 100, we each got 50, so I got about 60 packs here and here. Penny sleeves, these are poker chips. Professional weight poker chips, had them for years. Right here I have some bags for when I decide to take games in and out of the house. This is my big duffel bag. It's a cajon case. Works great for carrying games. Right there. Costco bag, because that carries lots of games. Some foam core pieces and a self-healing mat. And that is pretty much what I have right now. This is my games room. I'm hoping to add some more shelves. Eventually, at some point in time, I'm going to have another 4x4 right here. I have a 3x3 there. I'm going to put another 3x3 at the very end here. Down here, I'll probably have a 3x3 here. So I will end up fitting more, and things will change. This section here, hopefully have that filled by the summer with games, and that's when I'll have to get another shelf area. So that's it.